am myself great. I'm out as the sun rises because I'm trying to make my way to a little princess and have a little playtime in the snow with her and her mother, and her father too. So, um, so I'm going to be probably not as readily available as what I am when I am, by the seaside. So I wanted to give a heads up, and I wanted to send a message to Martin Smallwood. Guess what I found in my phone? So I have been messaging with Martin about getting the timeline that he put together related to the disappearance of Suzanne Fortview, and he had sent it to me a long time ago. AK had sent a bunch of information many months ago, and when I recently looked for it because I was going to do a couple of videos, I couldn't find it anywhere. Looked everywhere. I'm on my way to the airport this morning in my phone. I literally saved it in my phone document. I can't even believe it. And I'm telling y'all, the words that he put in, or he and AK, little reams of paper to print it out. Like so much minute detail. So anything that I put out on the timeline with the disappearance of Suzanne Fortview, you can have credit AK and Martin. I think it was a collective effort several years ago, and it is astounding what they've been able to do. So that'll be coming. Those are going to come probably in the form of edited videos because I am going to be spending some time with my two favorite young ladies in the whole wide world, my favorite son-in-law. And so I'll probably work on the videos at night, when everybody goes to bed. But yeah, I'm so excited because I found this. And Martin, I hope you're doing well. And you have probably 5 emails waiting for you. So everybody else, I hope you're having a wonderful, great day. And I don't know, if you feel inclined, maybe it's a good idea to ask Lauren Matthias to take down her video and edit it, to take the information out about the elderly woman that was murdered and tortured by the preacher. But maybe take that off of the video about Nancy Guthrie. Just respect, right? Just human decency, if nothing else. I don't know. I have some thoughts about the whole thing too. I'm bitter. I'm bitter about her robbing Nancy of her name. Nancy is no longer Nancy, according to Lauren Matthias. She is now just become simply Savannah Guthrie's mother. That's all she is. Savannah Guthrie's mother. That's all. She's not named anything else. Savannah Guthrie's mother. Why? The algorithm. That's why. So, look, I don't capitalize my videos. I don't do all of the, search word optimization. I don't do all that. I don't hire someone to promote my channel. I don't do that. I say what I want to say, and those of you that want to listen, you listen, and those of you that don't, you move on about your merry way. But no, I don't want to take a missing person and advertise it by, playing games with the computer. Give Nancy Guthrie her name back. She does, in fact, have 2 other children besides Samantha Guthrie, but that doesn't help. I'm sorry, Savannah Guthrie. That doesn't help you, though, because they're not famous. Isn't that right? That's the only reason that you're using that name in particular is so search engine optimization picks it up, right? So we're on to you, Lauren. We see you, and it's not looking good. All right. So let's see. Somebody is here. Nana Flower Power. Good morning. Well, yeah. So, Piddlin Bill is driving me to the airport. So in a few hours, I'll go from being, you know, at seaside to being in the mountains, and I'm here for it. It should be very beautiful when I get there. And look, I know half of the nation is sick of snow. Half of you guys have had a belly full of snow, and you don't want to even think about snow. But I haven't, and so I'm really looking forward to the white stuff. You know what I mean? So, all right. Okay, so I wanted to let usually I just kind of go missing for a few weeks, and I didn't really want that to happen this time. And I want to let y'all know that I'm going to be putting up edited videos for the next week or so, probably maybe a few lives, but if I don't have the time, I don't have the time, right? It's very hectic when I go there, as you can imagine. The little princess is a powerhouse. She is demanding of her rightful attention, and we got a lot of things going on. There's a lot of different celebrations that are going to be happening this week while I'm there. So probably won't find time to go live. So, but I can work on because I found the timeline in my phone. I'll be able to work on my Suzanne Morphy videos, and like I said, those will come up as edited videos. And I 100% want to make sure everybody knows that it's the work of Mark Smallwood, and based on all the work that AK and Mark did years ago when they were, really battling with Linda Stanley and the court system. And I mean, it was really wild, the railroads they did on KK. It was wild. There's a YouTube video that it's like a police body cam of Judge Lama, who literally, like, calling cops like he's afraid, naming AK, acting like AK is doing something. It was such a railroad job. It was, and he worked with prosecution and defense to do this, and it was all because people had eyes on Suzanne. They cared about what happened to her case, and we've seen how these small towns law enforcement maybe get overwhelmed. They're not maybe law enforcement, district attorney's offices will be more accurate. I think they just lack the experience for those big, massive cases, and they get kind of freaked out. They don't know how to manage it. I think that's my takeaway, my final takeaway with the case of Brian Kohberger. I'm not one of those people I'm not a pro-burger. They got the guy. Brian Kohberger was there, in my opinion, based on all the evidence. When I say I think they got it wrong, they got the timeline wrong. They got the story of the night wrong, in my opinion. I think there's a big possibility that someone else was there. I think there's some curiosity about the arrival of Susanna and Ethan, that Kohberger was already in the house when they arrived home. There's a lot of confusion about where they were that night. And, of course, we've all heard the security camera. We clearly hear a blood-curdling scream. No question about it. There's scuffle, there's chaos, then you get this blood-curdling scream. And that was not within the time frame that law enforcement said. So this is all the funny business, and does that come from, familiarity, greed, corruption, and contempt? Probably. And if you really don't have investigative experience. You really haven't had one of these big, huge, multi-week trials. Then as a prosecutor, even the defendants, I think they are prone to making some mistakes. Even in the prosecution of Lori Vallow, prosecutor made huge mistakes. At one point, nearly cost them the trial. So, yeah, that's a whole different ballgame than, say, like a Tallahassee, Florida trial, or one of these big trials in Houston, Texas. These prosecutors, these detectives, they're the professionals. They live their lives going to court every day or doing investigative work every day. I mean, murder is the name of the game in these big cities, even the moderate-sized markets like Tallahassee. But when you're talking about a little town that's got 1,000 people or so, hell, they got time to investigate a car break-in, you know. So I'm not holding them to a standard that, you know, that they shouldn't make any mistakes. I think people are human and make mistakes. We're less inclined to make mistakes, though, when we're doing something that we have a lot of experience in. And if you've never worked a murder trial, you don't have the experience. You may know all about it on the book, you know, what you can read in a textbook. That's a whole different ballgame than a year. That's a different animal. So I'm still the millionaire young man, like 35, 38, who has like a tech company that he founded, and his wife, who was a PhD in physical therapy, worked for, you know, like Texas Children's or maybe Methodist. And she died, and he said she overdosed, she was pregnant, has two little girls, two babies. He said she died, she committed suicide, and then after they finished the autopsy, they were like, no, buddy, no, you choked her. So he was arrested, let out on $1 million bond, just like our good man Barry. He was let out on $1 million bond. He had his cash bond in hand within 24 hours. That's how wealthy the guy is. And he hired a defense attorney that people have written books about, a legend in Texas law. So it is crawling through the courts slowly, day by day, nothing of note, not even a hearing that has been open to the public. The two little children are in the custody of the mother's mom and dad, and they live in North Houston. So really watching that close, and as soon as something happens on it, you know, I'll do another video about it. But that is me in the world of true crime. Let me see you all here. Snickers, good morning. And it's so hard for me to see on my phone. Kelly, Travel Girl, Man of Flower Power, already got you. Kelly, good morning, Kelly. So, please leave a message, communicate politely with Wawin, and ask her to just please edit the video and take out the information about the murder victim at the end, and give Nancy Guthrie her name back, for goodness sake. Don't erase her. Give her her name. She deserves to be known by her name. Nothing happened to Savannah Guthrie. It happened to Nancy Guthrie. And yes, I did see where the sister, the oldest daughter, her card has been taken into evidence, and they claim that the prime suspect now is Nancy's son-in-law. I know. Made Bill laugh.
You know how them mother-in-laws are.
I'm not gonna ask him. Ask him why he's laughing, but I got a good idea. All right, no mother-in-law jokes. Damn it, I'm the mother-in-law. Okay, and I will have you know that I am my son-in-law's favorite mother-in-law. Okay, I'll have you know, not that mother-in-law. All right. Lauren, good to see you. Good morning. Eyes on the road. Don't crash. I'm not the driver. I'm the passenger. So I got my snow boots on. I'm making my way to the mountains. So. All right. I will have fun with that grandbaby, and I'll have some pictures of the two of us. If my daughter wants to be photographed, I got a feeling she might be a little cranky right now. But if she wants to be photographed, I'll take a photo of the three of us and put it up for a few minutes and then take it back down. So, yes, Victor, you need some Mylanta, my friend, for Gas-X. That will help with that problem, okay? All right, y'all, I'm going to go and get myself together, and I hope y'all have a great day, and I sincerely hope, Lauren, please edit that video, please. All right, y'all have a great day. Bye. Martin, email me. I'm worried about you, friend. Bye, y'all.